Hi everyone, my name's Karen. I'm from Melbourne, Australia. I'm a personal trainer and I'm 42 years old, and I'm going to take you through a short demonstration of how to use the PowerTube Plus from PTPFIT.com. I'm going to demonstrate and explain a range of exercises where you are anchored to a pole, starting with the squat, hold and row. So as you can see, I'm in a low position here, activating my core, doing a basic row movement, pulling and squeezing my scapula together, and deep breaths in and out through the nose and out through the mouth, keeping that core engaged. We're going to move on to the next exercise, which is an ab twist. So the power tube should be fixated somewhere around the waist height, so I could lift it up there a little bit more, and rotating, swiveling on the feet there. You can see here with the low to high wood chop, there's a swivel with the toes, getting a good rotation there through the midsection. This is a great abdominal exercise here. Make sure you engage correctly. We're going to move on now to a single arm row and stabilizing with one leg in front of the other. If you use one handlebar, there'll be less resistance compared to if you use two. So I'll show you in the next slide where I've got both handlebars together and squeezing the shoulder blade together, engaging the core. Deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Always make sure when you're doing single arm or single leg exercises, you always start with the weaker side first so that you can do as many as you can and match it with your stronger side. Moving into a chest press here, again stabilizing through the core. The elbows don't need to go too far back, so try to keep them in front of the body or in line with the chest. Get a nice comfortable position, stabilizing through the legs, keeping your chest up, your back straight, and your head up as well. Moving into an overhead tricep press. So again, just using one handle will give it a little less resistance. You can use both handles together, get into those triceps, keeping those elbows close to your head, breathing out as you push. Next, I'm going to demonstrate the shoulder press for you. So again, stabilizing through the core and the legs. The elbows don't need to drop too low, so try to keep them in line with your chest, 90 degrees in the elbows, breathing out as you press up. Keep that core engaged. Going to move into a lateral raise next. So you can see I'm holding the other handle close to my thigh to add that extra resistance there. Again, staying nice and tall. But you can twist the handles through so that you're just using one arm, one hand on your hips to add that extra control. Breathing out through the mouth as you lift, and again, you don't need to lift higher than your shoulder or higher than chest height. Next, I've got the rotator cuff rotation, where you could do both arms at the same time as I'm demonstrating here, or you could do one arm at a time, making sure that you get enough resistance. Make sure you keep your core tight. Common theme for all the exercises. Moving on here, we've got a single arm punch, alternating punches. So lots of power there through the chest. Get a bit of a rhythm with your breathing. Moving on to the chest flies. So here the arms are almost straight. There's a slight bend in the elbows. I've got my body weight forward through the chest without hunching over or slouching over, keeping your back nice and flat. Look at that straight line down my back. Moving into bicep curls. Keep those elbows nice and close to your rib cage. Try not to swing or use momentum. Really control it. The lying ab crunch can be performed two ways. I'll show you in the next slide where I've got my legs elevated, making it a little bit harder because the contraction is in the abdominals the entire time. Here I've got my arms straight and I'm pressing forward from straight up to out in front of me, and I'm lifting my shoulder blades up off the ground, performing a single crunch each time I lift, breathing out through the mouth. And in the next slide, you'll see where I elevate my legs, keeping my chest up high, keeping that compression through the abdominals, non-stop, looking forward, pushing down and crunching. This single leg press is a great exercise for the hip flexor, the glutes and the hamstrings. Just be careful when you put that handle over the toe, and when you take it off as well, don't smack yourself in the head the way I did. This is a great exercise for your core as well. Moving on here to the side chop. You can see it's almost like a Romanian twist. And you can also do it with the legs up, so piking. It's a great exercise for core and balance. And now I'm going to demonstrate some compound exercises. Exercises where we do 2 back to back or together, combined, compounding. I've got the squat and press first of all. So you really need to take your time and think through these exercises, making sure that you're performing each part of the exercise with good form. I'm now stepping forward into a lunge and punching. I'm repeating the same arm and the same leg. If you are slightly more coordinated, you might like to try alternating lunges and alternating punches. The reverse lunge with the row is a great exercise to challenge your balance, really working into your glutes, hamstrings, quads with your reverse lunge, and then your back for the row. Make sure that you step far enough so that your knee remains over the ankle, not putting pressure into that knee. And again, splitting the exercise into 2 parts so that you can squeeze those shoulder blades together and really focus on the back. Now, slightly more challenging is the curtsy lunge. So for intermediate to advanced, stepping back, behind and down for the curtsy lunge. Again, making sure that your knee remains above the ankle. And then the high row brings those handlebars in toward the chest and the elbows up in line with the shoulders or slightly higher. So you're going to feel that more through your traps. Just try to keep your neck and shoulders relaxed as you focus on your back. I enjoy performing the straight arm pull downs with the scissor legs. Really need to control your core here and control those legs as you push those arms straight down and then alternating legs, almost like a heel dig. So if you find the straight leg too challenging, you can always bend the knee and do a bent knee heel dig, tapping the heel to the floor. Deep breath out as you push those arms down. Focus on your lats and core control. Now these mini crunches are really hard on your lower back, so be really careful. You might want to leave the crunch out and just focus on the press. But it is a great exercise to get those abs working hard, to balance. But as I said, it does put a lot of pressure in your lower back, so be really careful with this one. You need to control the upper body, control through the abs, breathe out as you press. Great exercise, good challenge there. Finishing off here with a Pike Chest Fly, lifting those legs up, and again, really focus on controlling and protecting your lower back with this one. This is a hard one for me. So I recommend this definitely for the intermediate to advanced. I sincerely hope that you've enjoyed this breakdown of exercises of the PowerTube Plus from PTPFIT.com. Please make sure you leave me a comment below and like this video if you do like it. And there's also a link below if you'd like to try a quick workout with the anchored PowerTube Plus.